MiFID II product governance. Hello, and welcome to this brief but hopefully interesting overview of Redcliffe Training's MiFID II Products Governance webinar, which can be delivered over roughly 3 to 3.5 hours, either in a morning, afternoon, or other session to suit your requirements. The objective of the webinar is to explain, discuss, and consider from a best practice viewpoint what we need to do, what action we need to take, and what steps are necessary to comply fully with this piece of European legislation, which has been embedded into UK law and applies to UK firms, notwithstanding the fact that we have left the European Union. Let's start by asking the question, what exactly is MiFID II designed to achieve, and what's its purpose? You have to admit that the aims of MiFID II are excellent. The idea is to protect investors by making sure that when regulated products or services are purchased or entered into, they are governed during each stage of the product life cycle to make sure that it is as impossible as it can be for consumers, whether professionals or retailers, to buy a product that is either inappropriate, unsuitable, or fails to perform properly. Now, these aims are, as I say, excellent, but in the last couple of years or so, implementing, executing, and putting these requirements into practice has proved more challenging than I think the original legislators intended. We're very fortunate here that we've just had a review from the UK regulator in which it looked at a section of the market and decided how well it felt that product governance was proceeding, and we will consider fully the pros and cons of this review during the webinar. So the modules for this webinar basically follow the divisions that MiFID II has decided to impose or create to explain and describe the product lifecycle. And it focuses mainly on the people who create the products, which are then marketed, and these people are described by MiFID II as manufacturers. The sellers of the products, the frontline engagement with clients, are called distributors. And of course, this has to be managed using an appropriate product governance framework to make sure that it all works smoothly and in accordance with regulatory requirements. So to look at this in slightly greater detail, MiFID II envisages the 3 stages in a product or service sale, and as I say, splits them between manufacturer, the institution or regulated body that creates the products. Intermediaries have less focus, but these are the ones that often distribute it, and in the UK we have a lot of intermediary brokered type arrangements, and then the distributors who are actually finding the appropriate sales targets and offering the product to satisfy a need. Now, let me say at the outset that one thing that MiFID II governance and MiFID II processes do not replace is suitability and appropriateness. Suitability and appropriateness remains the responsibility of the provider of the service, and that requires a comprehensive fact find, a customer needs analysis, and then a decision as to whether or not this product will actually work. I hope you found this brief overview interesting, and if you did, please do feel free to ask us for more information by contacting Redcliffe Training on either the phone number below or by dropping us an email. We will respond as quickly as we can. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward, hopefully, to seeing you on one of the webinars sometime soon. Goodbye.